This is Acer contifolium. This is part 2. The other day I showed you the tops of these stems where they were black and some of them were greyish white, and there's a good foot of 12 inches so of black dieback. So I'm just going to show you the tree there now, as I've just pruned those black bits off. And some of those stems I took good 12 inches off. It's all sort of about the same height there now. The tops of these branches, as the inside of the stems is quite green, so the insides are quite healthy. I mentioned this tree last year, last spring, and through early summer we had several smaller branches that turned black as well with the weather. I think it might have been, which is very unusual because this tree really has dieback. As you can see, a black branch there, and I'll show you here, again here, there were several. This one's just recent dieback. There were several smaller branches anyway that were damaged and turned black last year. It was a little bit worrying because we don't usually get dieback on the tree. So whether it was just the weather or maybe there's another factor that tree's slightly not happy, we'll just have to keep an eye on it this year. But also I've had a little look over, and from last fall we have several parts on the tree. As you can see, there's last fall's buds. Sorry, this has failed. So there's a few parts of the tree that have failed this year, which is again a little bit of a concern because it doesn't normally. There's last year's buds there as well, and here it doesn't normally die back at all. If I show you the height there, if you take note of the fence and the tree there, that's where it's been pruned. It was good 12 inches higher that I've pruned off. And if I can turn around and show you the other Acer contifolium, you can see the height is a little bit smaller. Those upper stems aren't as tall as the other tree and reaching the top of the fence yet. This one has a lot more branching and stems going for it, which the other tree was always a more open and bare tree. But I've just had a quick look at this one as well, and there's very little dieback. I think I pruned that last summer, as did 2 points there. So there was a little bit dieback on this tree, but as you can see, that's about the only branch that has failed over the winter. I can't see any branches that have failed since last fall on the tree, and this is usually the case with this one. So I'll have to keep an eye on the other tree in the next couple of months and see how it does again compared to last year, see if we have more dieback. So I'll go back to the other tree there. As you can see, it's a lot more of an open shape. I call this one the oriental version out of the two. So what I'm going to do now is just going to tidy up last year's stems that I pruned, because there were so many leaves on I couldn't really get in. So I'm just going to make them a little bit smaller to about an inch. This will just tidy the tree up a little bit. Get one to the right there. There's another stem that was black last year, higher up. So I'll just shorten them and tidy it up a little bit. There's another one there. As time goes on, the tree will heal this area here, and you can cut a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter to the branching in the trunk. I think I need to sharpen my pruners. Oh, pruned the wrong tree there. It's a little bit down the bottom there. So at this time of the year, with it being fine, so the last good few weeks where it's been quite mild, you can tidy your trees up a little bit. There's another one in the middle there. Bear with me, it's hard to do any work when you're trying to hold the tablet. You need 3 hands. So like this is, because it's been milder, you can do, definitely need sharpening them. You can tidy your trees up a little bit. I'd only basically do the dieback branches themselves. I'm not too happy that I've pruned the top of the trees. I should have left it a little bit longer. But it should be okay. I only tend to do the branches that sort of died back this early in the year. I usually do my shaping round about May time, April, May. But that's the tree. Oh, bear with me, sorry. So that's the tree as it is now. And there's nothing more we can do at this point in time but just be patient. This is another one in the middle, look. There's quite a lot, little bits of dieback, so we'll keep an eye on it. Next couple of months we'll see how these buds start to grow, and come May, June we'll get an idea if the dieback problem is continued, or if the tree just shoots away as normal and we see very little dieback. I know that was probably possibly just last year's weather or something to do with the weather that has caused that. I think definitely the upper stems where the black dieback was, I think that's definitely, compared to the other trees, well, I think it's definitely down to the tree growing so fast, because those upper stems are pruned off were quite thin. As you can see here, the normal thickness of the stems get quite narrow at the end, and the upright stem that didn't have any dieback, as you can see here, it's quite a thick stem, and the tree up behind her has got thick stems as well, so it's those thin spindly upper stems that were affected. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. What I am concerned about is a little bit as well as some of these buds, I don't know if you can see, are quite dark creamish looking. Normally you would have the lighter bud inside with the redder outer bud. There's a perfect example there. But here is another. So some of these upper buds are quite looking dried up. Like here's it. This one looks okay. This one looks possibly dead. I've noticed that as I was pruning. So I'm going to just keep an eye on that and see how they progress. Some of them is hard to tell. This one looks a little bit dead as well, but unfortunately it's too early to tell until they start growing, and then you will be able to tell in a good month or so. And I'll do part 3 and I'll show you how we're getting on. So sorry it's been a long video there. It's been out of practice. It's only the second video this year and it's quite cold still. It's cold trying to hold this tablet. Anyway, I hope you found a tip or two in this one. And check back later on in the near future and I'll show you how it's getting on. Okay, bye for now.